When we pass on, what is left behind? What impressions of a life remain once that essential spark has vanished? Many cemeteries across the United States serve to make a statement to the surrounding community. The people interred here once breathed, laughed, cried. The Draketown Cemetery, located in the northern end of Kanyadi Valley, is home to a particularly interesting grave. The letters appear to have been carved by an amateur, as some of them are unevenly spaced and are of different sizes. Even so, it is possible to make out the three names carved into the stone: Elizabeth Ashe, Lucinda Phelps, and Harriet Strong, who once attended the Edinboro Normal School, which would eventually grow into PennWest Edinboro. The newspaper article from June 30th, 1849, appears to shed light on what happened to these three women on that fateful day, but it does not tell the reader everything. As the women were driving home from church in a buggy, their vehicle capsized into the Kanyadi Creek, which had been swollen by turbulent rain that same morning. The driver of the buggy, once known as young Mr. Ashe, was able to survive since he was washed up against the boat, giving him some much-needed purchase. The three women, unfortunately, lost their lives. The harsh reality is that even if the women had been given swimming instructions, which was not a cultural practice of the time, they would not have been able to survive, due both to the horrific weather conditions and to their clothing. Women at this time were obliged to wear several layers of clothing, from a chemise to petticoats. While these may have seemed fashionable items on solid ground, underwater they were little more than sponges. It is believed that their clothes would have weighed upwards of 200 pounds, making their survival a virtual impossibility. The sudden deaths of these three women was a watershed moment for the surrounding community. There was this newfound drive to commemorate the lives of Elizabeth, Lucinda, and Harriet, especially since the 1850s mortality census featured only their names and the cause of their untimely death. It seemed wrong to relegate the truncated lives of three women to a slot on a census. Wagon maker and balladeer Lauryn Hills took matters into their own hands with the creation of a broadside ballad called Three Voices from the Grave. Intoning, "Let truth and wisdom guide my pen, while writing to the sons of men a sad disaster to relate, concerning three young ladies' fate. The story of these women is given new life." In the tradition of the time, the ballad would be constructed with the same instrumental background, even as the words themselves changed. This practice allowed for a sort of communal healing to take place, as the music would serve as the vehicle for making sense of the tragedy. Although the broadside ballad practice fell out of fashion with the rise of the 20th century, the spirit of the custom would live on with Edison's invention of the phonograph, and later with the advent of the recorded music industry. It can be sobering to be faced with a tombstone and its finality. Looking at the years and names etched into the stone can make a human life seem unbearably small. But tombstones only tell a small part of an infinitely larger story. They cannot touch the communal sorrow experienced by the community undergoing a tragedy. The lives of Elizabeth, Lucinda, and Harriet are so much more than a slab of granite. They are composed of an infinite amount of moments. The smile of a student as Harriet taught at the front of the class. The tolling of the bells, ushering a community through the church doors. Perhaps even a conspiratorial glance shared. We may think of death as the ultimate ending, but this is just not true. Some aspect of us live on in the stories we tell, in the songs we sing, and in the communities we inhabit. Elizabeth Ashe, Lucinda Phillips, and Harriet Strong are testaments to the enduring qualities of words and stories. As long as these arts exist, it is impossible to be truly forgotten.